Tom stole the beer. Tom is an evil cult leader. We stole the beer. We must resist Tom. Oh shit, someone's stealing your beers. It's really a horror story. Yeah, I think so. Look at Bernie the Strawberry Apple, all depressed because he now knows about Tom and his shenanigans. Oh my god. Did you ever have a stalker, Dory? I follow one streamer who also seen she had to move and change everything because one stalker started to get creepy with her. He told her that he was going to save her because he didn't wanted she to live alone, and it was a very collaborator of the channel actually was the one who cheered more beers and subs and donation, but he resulted to be a real stalker. Oh my god, really? Well, I didn't have stalker because no one don't know my home address. So, but it was terrible. Oh my god, poor girl. I would be afraid of it. What the heck? So, fortunately, no, and I hope never will have because it's terrible experience at all. She had to stop doing her concerts in public for a while she get the restriction order to him. Sure. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? It's a horror and a crime drama. That's a real creepy story. Or do what Americans do, buy a shitload of guns. Oh my god, no, it's all terrible. Freaking guns. Oh no. Then close the door and stand behind it, holding all of the guns, about 256 of them. Oh my god. Close their door and have the guns, bitch. Oh my god. Terrible. Terrible. And it's so sad that it's like real stories, like, come on. Oh my gosh. Whew. Story. Next story.
21st birthday. We were throwing a big
Birthday.
party filled with alcohol. There were a lot of people I didn't know there. It was just
Ouch.
chaotic in the house. There were probably 100 people. But even in all the chaos, I noticed one shady character that stood out. There was an older man sitting in the corner of the room, just kind of watching everybody drinking and dancing. I didn't think much about it at first, assuming it was someone's dad or uncle or something. But as the night died down, and more than half of the guests had already left, the man was still there, by himself in the corner. At that point, I asked one of my friends who that guy was, and he said he had no idea. We decided to wait until most of the guests had left, figuring maybe he would too. And when the last of the guests were gone, we went back into the living room, and surely enough, he was gone. I felt relieved immediately, even though it wasn't even my house. That man just seemed so out of place, and it was downright creepy. Me and a couple of other friends slept over that night. I slept on the couch in the den. Falling asleep was easy with all the alcohol running through my veins, but staying asleep was a problem. I woke up in the middle of the night, feeling insanely thirsty and having to go to the bathroom. I first went to the bathroom since it was closer, and then went up to the kitchen and got a glass of water. When I went back down to the den and laid back down on the couch, I noticed that the sliding door to the coat closet across from the couch had been slightly slid open. It was too dark to see anything else though, like anything inside of it. I felt a chill run down my spine as I remembered the creepy man sitting in the corner. The idea of that man hiding in the closet immediately popped into mind. I continued to lay still, under the assumption that he was watching me through the open door of the closet.
What
I
the
began to
fuck?
plan my escape. I could jump over the other couch and land right next to the stairway upstairs to the living room, but I just had to gather up the courage to do it. Then I saw the closet door slide open a little more, and that's when I got the courage to run for it. I jumped over the couch and ran up the stairs. I could hear the closet door fully slide open and somebody running after me. I screamed at my friends who were on the couches to wake up. All three of my friends that were in the living room woke up and looked at me as if I were crazy. I knew that we now outnumbered him 4-1, so I looked at the stairs and waited, but he never came up. My friends demanded an explanation, so I told them that the creepy man from earlier was hiding in the coat closet, and he almost chased me up the stairs. Just then, we heard the back door from down in the den open up, and we all looked at each other. We called the cops, but the man was never found. He simply left through the back door. When I was
Creepy.
going to college in North Carolina, I started working at a local TJ Maxx store for some extra cash. Since I was in class during the day, I usually worked the later shifts. One night I was walking to my car. I think it was about 11 or 11:30. As a safety protocol, all of the employees left together and the security guard would watch from the sidewalk to make sure we all got to our cars all right. I was approaching my car when I heard a car pull up behind me. I turned around and there was a woman with her teenage daughter in the passenger seat. She rolled the window down and started giving me a story about how they just came into town to visit family and that they're out of gas and have no money, and then asked if they could borrow a few dollars. I told them the truth, which was that I had no cash on me. I never carry cash. So she just looked at me and asked very hurriedly if I would get into the car with them, go to the gas station, and buy them about $10 worth of gas. I mean, obviously I said no, and she asked a few more times. It wasn't until I had said no that I noticed the daughter in the passenger seat had been staring at me the whole time, and she was licking her lips and wringing her fingers. At that point, I bolted back to the store where the security guard was, because they had pulled up behind my car, so I would have been stuck there. I told him what had happened. He started walking to their car, and they sped away.
What the fuck?
Working the night shift always sucked. I work in an office building and would constantly do the night shifts since it was the only time it would work out for me. I was just about always the only person on the floor I worked on, possibly in the whole building. There would always be a kind of eerie feeling to being in such a big building with most of the lights out and absolutely no one around. But on the upside, it was peaceful and less stressful, and I was able to get a lot of work done. There was this one night though. It was a Friday night, around 2 in the morning. I was typing away on my keyboard when I heard a noise from outside my cubicle. It sounded like just a random crack from the walls or something. It's unusual in this building, but I didn't get too concerned about it. I resumed typing away and was once again interrupted by a sound. This time, the sound of a computer starting up. It caught me off guard. I was sure nobody else was working the night shift. I stood up on my chair to get a view over the cubicle walls. The glare of a computer screen in the dark was visible in a cubicle on the opposite side of the room. Then I did something stupid, something I regret. I asked if there was anybody there in a yell, hoping to get an answer from a fellow employee. But instead, I saw the glaring light of the computer monitor across the room turn off, and there was once again nothing but darkness on that side of the room. I started getting nervous. I turned off the lamp and computer screen so that I wouldn't give away my position to whoever that was. I crouched down and tiptoed out across to a nearby cubicle. There was just utter silence. I sat waiting for something to happen for God knows how long, but I eventually decided the coast was clear. I tiptoed down past all the cubicles until I reached the opening near the exit door to the stairs and elevators, and that's when I realized that my fearful suspicion was true. There was a man crouched down behind a plant in the corner of the room, dressed in all black. I felt my heart sink as I noticed him, but it didn't seem like he knew that I noticed him. I turned back to the stairway door. There was no way I was going to wait for the elevator and take a chance. I casually opened the door and closed it behind me, proceeding to walk down the stairs. After making it down about 2 flights of stairs, I heard the door above me push open aggressively, followed by manic echoing footsteps coming fast down the stairs. I raced down the stairs, running as fast as I could, all while the footsteps above me were getting louder. I finally made it to the first floor, raced through the lobby, and out the front door. Whoever was in there didn't follow me. I immediately called the cops, along with one of my bosses. My boss said no one was scheduled to work except for me. The cops scanned the place from top to bottom. There was no one in there. I couldn't help them out with any description other than he was wearing all black. I did continue to do the night shift for about a week after that, with my boss allowing me to
The
lock all
fuck?
possible entrances to the floor, including the elevators. But I still wasn't comfortable with it, so ever since, I've been doing the day shifts.
Damn poor man. It's terrible. how he at all still so long in night shift yet. Okay, Victor, I go to sleep. Much love. See you next time. See you next time, so Cruz. Good night and sweet dreams. Sleep so well. Thanks for being here. Sleep so tight. Have a wonderful sleep. Wait, just a second. The color is drying. It's drying. Loud. Oh my god. Whew. I would not be able to hold him in one gun because I would probably be holding the cat. Yeah, boy. What are you using the cat as a weapon? What are them? When someone have violent behavior, I just like to correct them. I like to bump creepy guys. That makes me violently happy. Disrespect is kind of responsibility. Oh yeah. Not really. Cats trick me into holding them by simply climbing onto me and insisting using their claws. I have little choice in here. I believe the word ransom was invented by cats. When some guy didn't learn how to treat specially females, it's our responsibility to teach them, and there are two ways of learning: by conscience, and by the way of punishment. Yeah. Oh, the spooky stories are fun. We would write a spooky story in chat and Tori could read it out. We could easily write a part each. Yeah! Let's do it! Let's everyone continue. Wait, let's everyone came up some part. You will start Licked Wisdom. You came up it, you will start to write begin of the story. And then Josie violently happy continue, and everyone who in chat and want chat in, you're welcome to continue the story. And in the end, I will read it out, and in the end, I maybe will edit something by me if the story be not finished. So let's do it. It's be amazing. I will write the part, and someone else can add on to whatever nonsense I leave for them to add on to. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's do it. So we can do it with continue listening horror stories, or I will just turn on lofi music. What we will do? Tell me. Mm-hmm. Yummy. No, there's it is. What this dark color is? I guess it's 8. The stories are nice. We can continue listening to them. Yeah, I think. Okay. Then let's continue and came up story.
It was 4 a.m. on a Saturday night. I woke up to my stomach rumbling, and nothing is worse than trying to sleep on an empty stomach. So I got out of bed and made my way to the kitchen to make a sandwich. But immediately I noticed that the cabinet was open. I'm always super obsessive over closing everything I open, so I couldn't believe that I had done that. I found it more odd than most people would. That's just how I am. Most people would shut the cabinet and forget about it, but I went as far as investigating around the house for any unwanted guests. There was nobody in any of the closets I checked, but when I went down to the den, the back door was wide open. I was certain now that someone had been in my house. I somehow had the balls to step outside and turn on the patio light, and there was somebody sitting in one of the patio chairs. He looked at me with a blank expression and got up slowly. He looked filthy, almost homeless. His hair was down to his shoulders. He started walking closer to me. I couldn't tell what his intentions were, and I kinda just stood there, almost taking him as harmless. But he suddenly lunged at me, and I barely had time to shut the door and lock it. We stared each other down for 10 seconds through the glass, until I finally realized I should be taking that time to call the cops. I ran to the kitchen to get the phone, and as I was dialing, I noticed when I got back that he was already gone. I still called the cops, but nothing was ever found of the man. This is a very weird story that took place a few months ago. I still live in the same house this happened in. I have an electrical outlet under my bed that I use to charge my phone with. I leave my phone up on the ledge above my bed every night, usually using it as an alarm. However, something strange started happening on a Monday night in February. I woke up to my alarm clock blasting. Only it was still dark out. I looked at my actual alarm clock sitting on my desk. It was 4 in the morning. I wasn't sure if I'd accidentally set a new alarm. The alarm was titled Down. I unset it and went back to sleep, not overthinking it. The next night, I woke up again to the sound of my phone's alarm clock blasting. I saw that the time was 3 in the morning, and the alarm clock title was set to Beneath. No way had I set that alarm. I would remember something like that. I figured my brother was playing a joke on me somehow. The next morning, I told my dad to tell him to stop messing with my alarm clock, that it's interrupting my actual sleep on school nights. But he swore on his life that he had never touched it, and I kinda believed him. That night, I put a password on my phone and wrote it on a sticky note just for safekeeping. I hid the sticky note on the wall behind my bed and made sure no extra alarms were set. The only one was set for 8 a.m. I fell asleep, but once again, I woke up to the blasting alarm clock in total darkness. 2 a.m. The alarm was titled The. I was a little freaked out now. Something was really wrong with my phone. I was sure someone was hacking into it. The next day I left it off for the whole day in hopes that whoever was messing with it would forget about it. And that night I used my actual alarm clock on my desk as an alarm instead. I set it to 8 a.m. and went to sleep, but when I woke up, there was once again no sunlight. My alarm clock was off, so I couldn't see the time. It was my phone. It had been moved to the ledge, but the alarm clock sound wasn't the usual marimba. It was some kind of distorted screaming sound.
What the
I turned off the alarm, which was titled Bed. It was 1 in the morning. I was laying there clueless, not knowing what to think. My phone was at 10%, so I reached down under my bed to try and find the charger that's normally plugged into the wall. It was missing. And then, at the worst possible time, I realized exactly what it all meant. The 4 alarm titles formed a sentence. Down beneath the bed. I tried to pull my arm away, but it was too late. I felt a hand grab my arm and squeeze tight. I screamed as loud as I could, loud enough for all the neighbors to hear. I heard my parents' bedroom door open and footsteps running over to my room. My door opened and my dad barged in with a baseball bat. He saw that I was being pulled down to the edge of my bed. My dad reached under my bed and grabbed a hold of the man hiding under. He knocked him out with the bat and called the cops. The man clearly didn't plan that out, as he basically trapped himself under my bed. Police told us that he was a registered sex offender who had been arrested 10 times. He's extremely messed up in the head and clearly gains pleasure from messing with and scaring his victims. It scares me the most that he was in our house and under my bed for 4 days.
the fuck? Someone under the bed. What the shit? Can you imagine? I think I will burn the house if I will know that someone under the bed. The heck is it at all? Phew. Hello, Dragonator, how are you doing? Oh, the pigeon looks awesome. Thank you. It looks as strawberries enjoying the story, but Mr. Earthly Donatello Ninja Dragon Turtle looks kinda scared. She's painting. Hello, Killian! Yeah. It's not audiobook, it's some story from the YouTube. Some stories from the YouTube. So. Is that cat gonna be black? Nice, sleek black. It's not. It's supposed to be black, but I don't see the right colors. I needed to mix colors because these colors are not correct here. So I will mix it and maybe take others color from what I have. Like I have other paints also, but yeah, I wanted it to be black. It was supposed to be black, like, but damn. So if any of y'all get the reference, props. No. We're hearing creepy stories while she paints and we make a story between everyone in the chat. Yeah. Okay, Josie, continue. But damn, I will copy what write wisdom because we will lost it on the chat. And let me create the text document. I will. Yeah. So I took it. Now it's ready for someone to continue. I'll assemble all the parts together in Discord when it's finished. Oh, thank you! That shit is nice. Jeff Warden, baby, that's old school YouTube 2007. 5 stream in a row! Good one. There's some under my bed too, but it's a friendly spider. It helps with the rent and stuff, so I just leave it there. Good friends is nice under the bed. There are no friendly spiders, they're triggers. And they lawyer sometimes too. Oh yeah, there's two of them I have. I will keep that in mind. Oh my gosh. So I guess this is continue of the story. Josie typed. There is my part. Now it's your turn. Violently happy? We waiting. What the fuck is that? It's every time going up. So let me drink. And let's continue story.
The most horrifying experience that ever happened to me didn't even directly happen to me. I have a friend.
Violently happy also did so quick. So guys, who will continue? Killian, would you like to continue the story? Or Dragonator? So, let's listen.
Friend that I'll call Ty. We would hang out or at least text every day. but there was this one day that he didn't respond to any of my texts or calls. I went over to his house, which was a block away, to see if he was alright. I knocked and rang, but he didn't answer, which was weird because his car was there. I got the feeling he wanted to be left alone. But late that night, I got a FaceTime request from an unknown number. I cautiously answered it with the camera aimed away from my face. A face popped up on the screen, and it was Ty. I felt so relieved and showed my face. When I got a little better look at his face, I noticed he looked different. Like, a lot more tired and, I don't know, paranoid, I guess. And he was also in an unfamiliar room. I asked him where he was and why he wasn't answering, to which he responded that he was fine and he was at home. I asked him whose phone he was using, and he just took a long pause before answering. He just blankly stared at the camera until finally answering that he was using his uncle's phone. That was really weird, but before I could question him further, he all of a sudden demands that I lend him $10,000 and that he'll pay me back. I can't help but laugh at this until I see that he's serious. More than just serious. His facial expression filled with what looked like worry. I asked him why the hell he needed so much money, and there was once again a huge pause, with him just staring into the camera. He finally says he has to go, and with that, the call ended. It was probably one of the weirdest and most unnerving experiences of my life. I had never seen him act so weird. Something was clearly wrong with him. But it was late, and I figured I would just go over to his house tomorrow and talk with him. The next day, first thing in the morning, I went straight over to his house and rang the doorbell about 10 times. He didn't answer. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause. If he wanted to act sketchy, that was his problem. But late that night, around the same time, I received another FaceTime call from another unknown number. I answered it, and it was again Ty. But this time, he looked like shit. His hair was a mess. He had a cut on his forehead. He had bags under his eyes. I didn't understand what the hell was wrong with him. He wouldn't tell me anything. He just kept demanding $10,000 to be paid to some random address, to which I kept telling him no. And then he said something that still haunts me. He said in a shaky, nervous voice, "Come on, don't point a gun at my back." It hit me like a bullet as he said this, accompanied with an ever so slightly twitch of his left eye, to which I interpreted as a wink. But then, the call ended abruptly, and I can only imagine what was going to happen to him. By some miracle, I remembered the address and sent the cops there right away. It was an old abandoned house on a basically deserted block miles away from my house. They found Ty in the basement, beaten senseless and barely alive, but they got to him just in time. The sicko that did this to him was already long gone. Ty doesn't like to talk about it, but the most he told me was that he was walking home before everything went black, and he woke up in a dark basement.
What the fuck? Wah! Damn. It's so terrible story. Lol. Days one, now it's your turn. Oh, I have to come up with the... Yeah, come up something. The story parts are all about, you just make up the next part in the story. Read the chat, wrote the first part, then I wrote the continuation. Then and now, if you want, you should continue the story. I think we need to post parts in Discord because it's hard to find the versions in the chat, no? Okay, let me see. Is it roll time? Oh yeah, it should be when she's concentrated. But something gone wrong. So, oh my gosh, let's listen a little bit of lofi music. drawing here. I need also take another brush. This one is not so good for the little details, for example. Oi. Good one. We need sound to change with channel point. We need more sound to change with channel point. I will think about it. That's it. How's gonna continue the story? Who's next? Who's next? So, Dragonator, would you like to continue the story or not? Oh, but let me. Oi. Oi. We see you up there, larkers. So guys, don't be shy. You can continue the story and we will have the nicest story ever. Don't be shy. Any volunteers? It's fun. Okay, let me continue then. Dark and cold night, the wind. Who came up with this big feet? Whew. So there is right in the next round, and then it's not finished. We can all do another round. Yeah, it's not finished. I will make coffee while Tori. Bon coffee. I'll do a bit. Oh, block. You continue then. I will send you. You continue. The character called Mr. Big Feet. If so, because I write he. Ah. To assemble the steps. What do you think? Makes sense. Ah. Well, it, yeah, make kind of sex. Made kind of sense. I mean. But no, we can't. We can't put Josie because like Block also made the part. Will it fit? Hmm. But I think it's good. It can be as a continue of Killing's part. Yeah. Okay, then we choose it to change it between. So I continue. Okay, Josie. Let's go. Guys, I have to go. Sorry, but it was fun writing together. Have fun and see you next time. You can read all our story when it's be ready on Discord if you interested in it. So it's be fun. Thank you for being here and be a part of our story. Have a wonderful day there, morning, evening, night. So yeah. Bye bye. See you next time. Thank you for being here. So appreciate it. When you finish nominate next person. Yeah. So let me a little bit add of the details because I don't like how looks this part. To add more dark spots. I will try to add a little bit of else I hear? Pumpkin! Is there? Hee. Beautiful pumpkin. Oh my god, on camera it looks so good. Well, at least on my screen. Love it. That's a good looking pumpkin. Yeah, boy. We have 3 more pumpkins. Seven. This is what color? Because how it can be 7? Are you stupid? It should be like here. Continue like that. Let me draw in it at once, and then I will add more background color. Yeah. This way is definitely better. Oh? Oh my god. I didn't read it, but it looks funny. Brilliant. Bitch. Love it. I just saw the word beach and I love it. Oh my god. Oh, that's all what I can say. Oh, no, he will. Okay, I will fix it. Oh, but no, it's good. I think it's be good. I love to make her laugh. It's like the sunlight for the soul. Hee cute. The alien crop. White lines. Oh my gosh. I need secret room so badly. Be right back, guys. So quick. Ah. I'm back. Oof. Water balance, yeah. Well, then we have a continue. Welcome back. Thank you. Oh yes, the second part of the first drawing stream already on YouTube. I'll watch after stream. Yeah. Welcome back. Thank you. So, yeah, little pumpkin here. Oh, what the color is it? It don't show. Oh, it's the same color as it. Which color it was then? This is the color it should be. It's 5, I guess. It looks amazing, Tori. Thank you. It will look even more amazing when it's be done. This. Oi. Who will continue next? Who's the continue? I will. Okay, block. Let's go. baby, how I will draw right now. What the heck is there? I just saw the beginning. Okay, now my turn, I guess. And let's probably finish the story. It's like big also enough. Let me read what we have here. Hmm. Seems like scary story getting not scary. Uh, Oh my gosh. I can continue. See, I said I will continue. Okay, it was supposed to be a scary story. Yeah, it was supposed to be scary. Okay, let me read it out so I could stop. Let me. What else? Nothing else. I give you your shit. Oh shit. Okay, let me write something. This seems like it's unfinished story. Oi. This kind of story, if stories were written after taking LSD, it seems like, because like them cute little concentrated face. Focus and then more focus. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh. 7 and 6. 7 I so far don't need. 6. I think this also a first row. Oh lol. Oh my gosh. Let's go into finish this story, guys. Fuck. Wait. No, bitch. Bum, bum, bum. Oh my god, my back is hurt also. That is. Is that the end? That's not an end. That makes it a bigger fight. Yeah, the story totally doesn't make any sense. Damn. Lol. Let's go violently happy. Let's trying to finish it. Let's do that my part be last. Oh, here. Oh no. I think I will add also this color here. Like it looks shady. Wrong color. Okay, finish it, Tori. No, I mean that all these parts will, like, you will write down the last parts, like, you, blog, and I will finish it. Oh, Tori must then read it out loud on stream doing all the different voices. Ah, that's what I was supposed to do, but the story goes shitty long. Wait. Yeah, she performs the roleplay voice is amazing. Or I can finish it and make it sad and scary again. Let's finish it. Let's do it. Let's do it violently happy. Let's do it. I believe in you. Okay, I'm working on it. Okay. So excited. Whew. We should play he characters or another platform sometime. I want to learn to act funny. Suddenly Mr. This is the end? Good one, oh my god. Down the rabbit hole. Great ending. Yeah, pretty sad, but it finally ended. Oh my god, I can't wait to hear Tori read it now. Excited. So, guys. Damn, boy. So much text here. What the fuck? So, let me drink water. Okay. Are you ready? Should be silence. should be silence. Because what? Because we need to be concentrated. Why this text is so little? Can I do it more big? I'm blind, oh my god. Okay. It was a dark and cold October night. The wind shook the windows of Mr. Bigfeet's wooden home. Mr. Bigfeet was a rabbit, you see, but he was also a cop, and he knew that the flickering lights he could see through the gaps in the fence were not a regular thing. Mr. Bigfeet was cooking some mushrooms he get from his friend Koala, but he knows those lights were something else, 'cause when he looked up the window, he saw an alien spacecraft landing there. Mr. Bigfeet grabbed his flashlight and crept toward the backyard, ears twitching, as the spaceship's door opened. A tall figure with glowing blue eyes stepped out. Mr. Bigfeet took a deep breath. This was about to be one wild night. Later at night, he heard some strange sound outside. It was unusual. The sound reminded him of something which he was trying to forget all entire life. He started to feel so high heartbeat. It was the feeling like he'll get heart attack in a second. But he did deep breaths, take all his brave, and open the door to see what is outside. A strange creature came out into the open crane, a black cat. He had a childhood trauma related to a black cat. It seemed to already know his fears and weakness. What a strange feeling that was. Mr. Bigfeet wondered about what else they already knew about him and what their intentions were. The scary glowing blue eyes shined so bright that Mr. Bigfeet forgot where he was. It turns out the black cat from the spacecraft was here to bestow fortune on the rabbit and clear his mind of trauma ready for the next part of the adventure he was about to go on. No one could guess what would happen next. The alien presented himself. His name was Dragonator Mushroom Dealer, and he came from the planet Cocoland to make him confess where is his friend Koala, 'cause he debts them a bunch of money from mushroom they get him, and his son Beach helped me get my money. Yeah, I knew I recognized those lights, said Mr. Bigfeet. I knew I recognized those lights, said Mr. Bigfeet. Remembering his 15... Oh, shit. I knew I recognized those lights, said Mr. Bigfeet. Remembering his 15 years on the force and angry because his celery toast was now cold. This bad guy landed his pimp-looking UFOs on my acorns one time. Oh, this is the phrase. This bad guy landed his pimp-looking UFO on my acorns one time. He approached Dragonator Mushroom Dealer with all of his 256 guns pointed and ready. He wasn't taking any of his shit this time. Mr. Bigfeet narrowed his eyes, waving his flashlight like a sword. You owe me a new celery toast, man, he shouted as the alien cat rolled its eyes and said, You two are nuts! Dragonator Mushroom Dealer pulled out a large golden poison in a bottle and placed it down in front of the furious rabbit. Yeah, so nuts, we traveled halfway around the galaxy to share this with you, bitch. Mr. Bigfeet told him, What the fuck is that, bitch? And Dragonator mushroom dealer told him, "Don't worry, I'll give you your shit, 1,000 if you want. Just help me catch that sliding koala and get my money back." And then they started their journey to koala in and they started the journey to Koala International Mushroom Kingdom, where they both knew they'll have to fight together against a bigger evil, the Koala Club members and their leader. Next day, they all together go to fight with Koala Mushroom Club. The gold potion given to Mr. Bigfeet so much energy and power. He wasn't scared anymore of anything. He feeling the power, the strength running through his veins. So this is it. The fight is started. The Koala Mushroom Club were the most feared cage fighters in the whole galaxy, even though they had only ever had one fight, and it was with Nicolas Cage, and they gave him a nosebleed. Anyway, Mr. Bigfeet remembered what his master has shown him. He kicked his back feet at 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, he kicked his back feet at 1,000 kilometers and gave himself a headache. What the heck this speed is? Something speed. 1,000 speed. Oh my god, never mind. The kick also opened a portal that with stairs that drive into the Hellcore. And from there rise up the most dangerous evil. It was Koala on his Satana cosplay. And he told to Mr. Bigfeet, "You are gonna pay, bitch, from bringing the Dragonator mushroom dealer and just it with his fucking dumbest mushroom army." Suddenly, Mr. Bigfeet started to feel like he was out of breath and woke up. It turns out it was all a dream. Mr. Bigfeet was still buried in depths and had a serious drug addiction problem. What the speed is it? mph something per hour. Meters per hour? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. Hello, hero, good morning. Oh my god, Tori is reading a story we made. You can read it on Discord. That's awesome. I wasn't sure what it was till I heard Dragonator Mushroom. I have no idea what's happening right now. You can read it on Discord. Yeah. Miles. Miles! Oh my god, I forgot the word miles. I remember that, like, America have miles, but I forgot how it named. Oh my gosh. This is good. I'm sure Nintendo will want to listen. What the fuck? Miles per hour, oh my god. Kilometers. Well, kilometers per hour also not bad. So, are the alerts bigger? Yeah, I need to fix it. Meters per hour would be very slow. Well, yeah, but anyway, he hit his head and get a headache. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sleep. I was so scared. Yeah, I don't think I can sleep today. Nice too. Big Loud in chat. Big Loud, do you do? That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I love it so much. We should to do next time the same thing. But start with the beginning of the stream, you know? Like just we start and then we'll why? Continue, and in the end of the stream we can finally finish it. Thank you. Hello Daryl. we can finally finish it and I read it and be fun, I think. I love it. It really was so fun. In the sequel, Nicolas Cage gets his revenge. Yeah. Oh, in kilometers, it's what's 1,600. Oh, damn. Let's see. Well, but anyway. Hello. Hello there, real long time no see. Yeah, you missed the amazingest story. Yummy. So, ooh, let me find the stories. I find. Let's listen. I will finish the pumpkin and maybe an. Damn, I make it dirty. It's 3:19 a.m. He gonna head out for work soon. Oh damn, nice. Why didn't you sleep? Lol. So,
A few years ago, something very weird happened with my best friend and I. I was 15 years old. One night I decided to sleep over at my friend's house. After a night of scary movies, we were in the mood to do something exciting.
classic.
Not far from my friend's house was a demolishing site. A block of houses in a very terrible state that would be demolished the day after tomorrow.
Ew.
The local government would demolish them to make room for new houses. The whole site was fenced in and warning signs saying "Do not enter" hung everywhere. The houses were boarded up by planks. Doors and windows were sealed
good
shut.
morning, Daryl.
No one could get in. We decided to go for a walk on the old block and take some random photographs. My friend knew a spot where we could enter the old block. When we walked there, we noticed that every house was boarded up tight, so we couldn't get in. We noticed a house with a window on the top floor that wasn't very well boarded up. We could see into the room. We took a photo with a digital camera. Later, we went home and took a look at the pictures we made. Suddenly, we came across the photo of the window. We saw a woman dressed in a brown raincoat with white skin and black hair as long as we could visibly see. The woman looked very sad. We hadn't seen any women up there when we took the picture. Moreover, the windows and doors were boarded. We went back to the house to see if that was correct. After investigation, it really was. Everything was tied shut, and there was no woman.
That's all?
This story isn't mine, but rather of my friend from Japan.
What the fuck? This sounds like a shit. Oh, enter yawn twice and made block sleeper and ready to dream about rabbits. Good night. Good night, vlog. Sweet dreams. Sleep so well and tight. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you here again. Have a wonderful night there. Hello, Brian. How are you doing? Oh, yeah. So late. You missed the story. You can read it on Discord. So, nice picture. Yeah, this is cat with pumpkins. So, yeah. Anyone else find Waldo yet? Waldo? What is that? I am again only 4 hours late. Everything is good, only 4 hours like. So, what is Waldo? Ah, me! What the fuck going in the hell with this joke? I am not Waldo. I love this sweet shot or whatever is that.
Call him Rita. It
First
happened
late
back
and
when Rita was
acceptable
only
even
about
at job
11 or 12
interviews.
years old. Rita was a rather attractive kid and had his fair share of admirers. One girl was extreme with her crush though. I'll call her Ayano. Ayano was a lot older than Rita. She was 17. She was an acquaintance of Rita and lived down the road from him. Rita hadn't thought much of her until she started stalking him. Every day and every night, she would be following him one way or another, whether it be in person or online. Rita first started getting the creeps when she would start messaging him over 20 times a day. Stuff like, "Be safe," "Are you alright?" "Sleep well," etc. This was a little weird, but he overlooked it. Then the messages started getting creepier. Instead of the usual checkup emails, they got more personal. Things like, "You should eat your lunch," if he skipped lunch, or "I think your sister is hungry," when his little sister was crying. Rita stopped using both his phone and social media at this point, but it doesn't end there. Rita's mother was almost never home, so he was frequently looked after by babysitters. One day he had a new babysitter. It was Ayano. Nothing was particularly strange as she looked after him and his siblings, but she did get a lot closer to his mother than he would like. One day at school, Ayano approached Rita and told him that his mother would be out of the country for a week, and that she told her to let Rita stay at her house. Rita was hesitant at first, but hey, it was his mother's wish. He couldn't go against that. Ayano told him that his mother had already left, so he could go home with her after school that day. Rita reluctantly agreed and went home with her. When he got there, her parents weren't home. Things get a little blurry here as my friend choked up telling the story, as it still scares him today. He said Ayano would play weird games with him, stuff like Family, where she insisted she was the wife and he was the husband, as well as things like Cops and Robbers and games to see who would get scared first, where she would blindfold him and leave him in a silent room for hours on end. It was 5 days into staying at her house, and Ayano had gone to her part-time job. She had left the doors locked and the windows were too high to jump from, so he just stayed in front of the TV, where he saw a chilling news report. It was a missing child report, the missing child being him. Before he had the time to catch the number to call, the TV switched off, and Ayano was standing behind him with the remote in her hand. Rita had freaked out, crying and screaming. Ayano held him, but he managed to wiggle from her grasp just in time to open a window and cry for help. Luckily for him, a couple were walking past, heard his cries and called the police. Within an hour, police arrived and found him locked in her bedroom with a blindfold and his hands tied. Due to Ayano still being a minor, Rita is unsure of what happened to her. He says he only remembers the police taking her away while his mother was hugging him. He moved to Australia after this and hasn't seen his kidnapper since, but he still cowers at the sound of her name.
The fuck? Oh my god.
About 5 years
It's cute, of course. We wrote the story all together in on Discord. Also, you have a design there if you like to paint in. But also remind me of the man shirt. What did you just do? Where? Ah! I just was switching my... how it's named in English. This part. This one. This. Whatever is that. Well, I was switching it and was drawing, and I didn't notice that my hand can't switch anymore, and it was going in wrong position. It was like boom, like someone hit me by the electrical talk. Electrical like shock. It's terrible. So yeah. Thanks that I will have a look. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I see Mr. Apple and Mr. Dragon are still arguing. No, they just like to be separated. Within an hour, rabbit police arrived, eating cold celery toasts. Reest, yeah, Reest. I was like spinning it, and it's like, ah, Reest nurse. Kick that 1,000 miles per hour by a rabbit and get him a headache. Oh my god. Oh, that's so surprising and painful when it happens. Yeah, it was like damn. Good that I didn't break on my picture anything with this terrible move. Because I would cry. Because I don't like when it happens. So, next story. Oi.
Years ago, I lived downtown in a major city in the US. I've always been a night person, so I would often find myself bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to sleep. To pass the time, I used to go for long walks and spend the time thinking. I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night, and never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommates that even the drug dealers in the city were polite. But all of that changed in just a few minutes of one evening. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police-patrolled park quite a ways from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight, with very little traffic and almost no one on foot. The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. I went down a short side street in order to loop back down my apartment when I first noticed him. At the far end of the street, on my side, was the silhouette of a man dancing.
Strange.
It was a strange dance, similar to a waltz, but he finished each box with an odd forward stride. I guess you could say he was dance walking, headed straight for me. Deciding he was probably drunk, I stepped as close as I could to the road to give him the majority of the sidewalk to pass me. The closer he got, the more I realized how gracefully he was moving. He was very tall and lanky and wearing an old suit. He danced closer still until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild, head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky. His mouth was formed in a painfully wide cartoon of a smile.
What the fuck?
Between the eyes and the smile, I decided to cross the street before he danced any closer. I took my eyes off of him to cross the empty street. As I reached the other side, I glanced back, and then stopped dead in my tracks. He had stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward, smile still wide on his lips. I was completely and utterly unnerved by this. I started walking again, but kept my eyes on the man. He didn't move. Once I had put about half a block between us, I turned away from him for a moment to watch the sidewalk in front of me. The street and sidewalk ahead of me were completely empty. Still unnerved, I looked back to where he had been standing to find him gone. For the briefest of moments, I felt relieved, until I noticed him. He had crossed the street and was now slightly crouched down. I couldn't tell for sure due to the distance and the shadows, but I was certain he was facing me. I had looked away from him for no more than 10 seconds, so it was clear that he had moved fast. I was so shocked, and I stood there for some time, staring at him, and then he started moving toward me again. He took giant, exaggerated, tiptoed steps, as if he were a cartoon character sneaking up on someone, except he was moving very, very quickly. I'd like to say at this point that I ran away or pulled out my pepper spray or cell phone or anything at all, but I didn't. I just stood there, completely frozen, as the smiling man crept toward me. And then he stopped again, about a car length away from me, still smiling his smile, still looking to the sky. When I finally found my voice, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. What I meant to ask was, What the fuck do you want?" in an angry, commanding tone. What came out was a whimper. What the fuck? Regardless of whether or not humans can smell fear, they can certainly hear it. I heard it in my own voice, and that only made me more afraid. But he didn't react to it at all. He just stood there, smiling. And then, after what felt like forever, he turned around, very slowly, and started dance-walking away. Just like that. Not wanting to turn my back to him again, I just watched him go, until he was far enough away to almost be out of sight. And then I realized something. He wasn't moving away anymore, nor was he dancing. I watched in horror as the distant shape of him got bigger and bigger. He was coming back my way. He was coming back my way, and this time he was running. I ran too. I ran until I was off the side road and back onto a better lit road with sparse traffic. Looking behind me then, he was nowhere to be found. The rest of my way home, I kept glancing over my shoulder, always expecting to see his stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that, and I never went out for another walk. There was something about his face that always haunted me. He didn't look drunk. He didn't look high. He looked completely and utterly insane. And that's a very, very scary thing to see.
Well, I agree.
In the
Definitely
mid-80s, my mom was a
scary.
cleaner in Australia.
What the fuck is that at all? Like some person like that? That's in his danger. Danger! Dangerous! Dangerous! Oh, dangerous! Do like dig maybe? Yeah. And a little bit of this color again. Mix it up here. It kinda looks not bad. Let me fix the white part a little bit of. Yeah. Sounds like this, but also to fix a little bit of here. The fuck is that? So.
Australia. She would clean houses in suburban areas and would sometimes do houses in rural or wine regions. She would leave business cards at the local shops and got most of her business this way, and some through referrals and word of mouth. One day she got a call from a lady who sounded like she was around 60, asking Mom to clean her old farmhouse. She made a lot of odd demands, and Mom would usually meet clients before taking on new business. In this case, the lady did not want to meet my mom and said she would leave the keys under the front doormat. Mom agreed, mainly because the lady was quite obviously wealthy and was offering to pay Mom substantially more than she would reasonably expect. Mom went to the house on a Monday morning and said she already felt unnerved by the long driveway. The house was essentially in the middle of a very large and very empty property. She found the keys and started cleaning. About an hour into the clean, she hears the back door shut. Mom was told no one would be at the house, so she immediately felt unsafe. She stood frozen in the kitchen for what she said felt like 3 or 4 minutes, although she said it could have been much longer. There was no other car on the property. She wanted to leave immediately, but had 2 rooms left to do. Both were bedrooms. She said as time passed and she heard nothing else, she decided that perhaps it was nothing, or perhaps something had fallen and it wasn't the door after all. She walked up the hallway and stepped into the bedroom. All over the bed were black and white photos. As Mom got closer, she realized that the photos were all of her. Some were taken at our family home, and others were taken at other houses Mom would clean. Some through windows or over fences. She used the house phone to call the police and immediately drove to the end of the driveway. The lady ended up being investigated, but continued to claim that it was a break-in. After some time, the police stopped with their searching and we ended up moving to a new town 4 months later.
Yeah, boy. What the fuck? Can we see the new painted pumpkin? It's not ready yet. One more move and I will show.
22, and this incident happened a year and a half ago. I had just moved into my first apartment and was in the process of moving in. The door that led to my apartment locks itself automatically when closed. So, I was going to the entrance of the apartment complex to get my mail while talking on the phone with my friend. I returned to the apartment and sat on the bed while opening the mail while using the phone. I dropped the phone on the floor and it landed under the bed, so I had to lie on the floor and stretch for it. I saw something that caught my eye. There was someone under my bed. My eyes widened and I choked the urge to scream. The person under my bed was lying still with his back towards me and his head to his chest, so I couldn't see his face, and he didn't see me. Trying to be rational while so many thoughts rushed through my head, I picked up the phone, said, "Sorry, I dropped my phone. I'm just gonna take a shower and call you back." The bathroom is right by my bed, so I hastily walked in, quietly locked the door, turned the shower on, jumped out my window, and called the police. They told me to wait nearby, but to go across the street and see if anybody comes out the door of the apartment complex. This was during the summer and it was still light out. I placed myself across the street, hiding behind a car while watching my open bathroom window and the entry door. I called my friend and he came over just before the police. I gave them my keys and they went inside. Only moments later, 2 cops came out holding a thin and tired-looking man. His eyes looked crazy, but he didn't try to get away. The policeman that stood beside me and comforted me while the police searched through my house told me that the man stood outside my bathroom door with one of my kitchen knives, waiting for me to come out. This man had somehow crept in my entry door while I was getting my mail and hid under the bed. The man that was trying to hurt me turned out to be a homeless person and was placed in a mental hospital.
Fuck.
When I was 21, me and my
It was terrible. What the color is it? Oh my gosh. Let me see. Ah, it's 11. Oh my gosh, I did wrong. I did 12. Next story.
girlfriend were upstate in my family's vacation mobile home. It was during a snowstorm and we were sitting on the couch next to the heater, snuggling and watching late night TV. We were surrounded by absolutely nothing but forest in all directions, and all that was keeping us from the outside was a wooden door that had a broken lock. The last time my grandparents came up, my grandpa put a few cinder blocks by the door to use as a kind of barrier in the meantime, since the door opened inwards. Anyway, while we were watching TV, my girlfriend started shaking me, telling me she heard something outside. I assured her it was most likely a deer or a bear or something, but then 5 minutes later, my girlfriend looked at me again. I heard it too. I muted the TV so we could hear it better. It sounded like someone was messing around in the little lawnmower shed outside. My car was parked outside and all the lights were on inside. If there was anybody out there, they knew we were inside. My girlfriend was urging me to go outside and check it out, but I told her she must be crazy to think that I was going out there. The sound stopped and there was nothing but the sound of the storm outside now. After a few minutes, I felt it safe to shut the inside lights and open the blinds to take a quick look outside, but it was too dark to see anything. I turned on the porch light and I was able to see a good portion of the front yard outside. There were footprints in the snow. Not animal footprints, They were clearly shoe prints, and they were headed in the direction of the backyard. I went to open the curtains to the backyard window, and when I did, I felt the urge to scream, but my girlfriend did instead. Even though there were no lights in the backyard, we could see a man dressed in all black and wearing a vendetta mask facing the window.
What the fuck?
I immediately shut the blinds and told my girlfriend to go hide in the bedroom, while I grabbed my grandpa's hunting rifle out of the closet. I pushed the cinder blocks and a bunch of other heavy objects in front of the door as a barricade, shut all the blinds and lights, and went to hide with my girlfriend in the corner of the bedroom. There was a bang at the front door. He was trying to bust open the door. I don't even think he tried the knob, but it didn't matter either way. After a few futile bangs to the door, it seems the man finally gave up. I stayed up that whole night with the gun by my side while my girlfriend slept. We packed and left first thing in the morning, but the scary thing, there was a fresh set of footprints leading from the front yard window out into the woods. I haven't been up there since, but my grandparents have, and they said that there was no sign of a break-in or anything missing. I don't plan on ever going back up there.
What the fuck? Can you imagine? Like, what the heck?
Back when my grandma was still alive, I would always walk down the block to her house every day to help with various chores. There was this one day that I walked over to her house the same time I always did and decided to let myself in. I was surprised she left the door unlocked. She was a very paranoid old lady and normally kept everything locked. I saw her bedroom door was opened upstairs, and I heard her opening and closing drawers and cabinets. I walked upstairs calling Grandma, and as I was about 5 feet from the door, she slammed her bedroom door shut. I knocked, asking if everything was alright, and at that moment my cell phone began to ring. It was my grandma's phone number. I was so confused, but I picked up the phone anyway. My grandma was on the other end, telling me not to come over that day as she was walking over to her seniors club. I felt my heart skip a beat as she told me this. I hung up the phone before she could say anything else, remaining silent. I knew exactly what was going on. I played dumb and said, "Grandma, I'll be downstairs," and made my way to my grandma's kitchen to grab a knife and dial 911. It remained silent in the bedroom after what happened. The police arrived and burst into the bedroom, and the loud and sudden bang of a gunshot caught me off guard. When the paramedics arrived and wheeled out the intruder, I recognized the man's face. It was my grandma's next-door neighbor. Apparently, he saw that my grandmother had left the house and broke in to look for jewelry. And when the police broke into the bedroom, they found the man hiding next to the door with a large knife in hand. If I had walked into that bedroom, I would have been as good as dead.
Oh my gosh. This is it. I also add some little grass here. This is second pumpkin ready. But I also need to put a little bit of more color there. Looks good, yeah? Oh, not in the green. 2 pumpkins down. Yeah, 2 pumpkins left. More big pumpkin and a cat. But we will do it next time. So, yeah. We will do it next time. Do, 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 do. I don't know, the colors of a cat would be so strange. I will mix it or will find something which I have some colors, because cat should be kinda black, and this is not black, it's yellow, purple, violet, brown, but it is not black. It's even not a blue. dark blue, you know? It's like so strange colors they gave to me. Because it will look like a bullshit, I told you. Like, why my cat should be violet, purple? I want it to be black. It's supposed to be kinda black. Like, not deeply black, but like the colors should be kinda be black. What the fuck? They lied to me, bitches. Next time we write a musical story with singing parts. Oh! I love it! Oh my god, good idea! Licked wisdom! I love it! Let's do a musical! I will sing it out loud! Oh my gosh. So, I don't know, if I will have time, maybe I will do this pumpkin beside the stream, and on the stream we will do the main part, this big pumpkin with a cat. This pumpkin I will do maybe beside the stream. I don't know if I will have time. So, and then we'll do something like that. It's be fun, I think. But it looks good. It's beautiful, two pumpkins, and this is space. He also, wait, I will add later. He also should be more stars and dots. I will add it. So, just need to watch out. Oh my god, I love it so much. Lol. And you love it so much. Is me? Let me make it clean at once. Don't like to left everything dirty. I like to left everything clean. Everything clean, clean. Everything clean, clean. You know? Wow. So I'm also hungry as a hell. And I don't have any ready food. I also need to cook. You're looking good, girl. Thank you. Huge pumpkin. Yeah, boy. It's beautiful, very nice. Thank you. I'm so proud of you and your talent. Thank you so much. It's turning out really well. Yeah, I love it too. I feel every day more proud of your shared talent. Thank you so much. So, guys, it was so amazing today. Be here. Doing the story, laughing, reading it, listen the stories, drawing. I so appreciate that you was with me and was a part of our communication, part of our beautiful, nice story. So, yeah. And it's time to say goodbye. It's been fun sharing all your storytelling and writing talents too. Big love. Eee! The best afternoon, thanks for the beautiful day. So guys, thank you that you come. Thank you that you stay with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for doing the story. Thank you for everything that you do to me. I so appreciate it, and you are the most wonderful persons in the world. I'm so grateful to have you. You are really wonderful and amazing people. I really so appreciate you so much. Love you. And oh my god, what is my eye? Is in pain. Oh, what I was talking about? Oh my gosh. Seems like eyelash going in my bitch. This is all aliens from our koala club. So, love you, hug you. So appreciate you. And have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night, have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful morning, have a wonderful all on your way. Don't worry, be happy, take care of yourself. And see you later. See you next time. See you on Saturday. I will sing for you again. Be sure to come because what? You know what? I don't wanna sitting and crying in a corner. So, yeah. Saturday I will have a stream. Thanks everyone for being here. Yeah, have a nice day and enjoy some food. Thank you. I will go cook something. Go eat and rest or you deserve it. You make our day. Hehe, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're with me. Love in here, have fun and just love to be here. I'm so appreciated. Eat Suntory and enjoy the rest of your night and thank you for the time I was here. Thank you for being at least a little bit. So be sure to read our story on this Discord. Until next time. Yeah, so guys, see you on Saturday. Love you so much. Mwah. See you then.